Broward Unified School Board members, President Miss Lizeth Vega, Vice President Dr. Joanna Dorado, Clerk Mrs. Julie Moreno, and board members Mr. Robert Schwant and Mrs. Carolyn Wilson. Also at this time, please extend a warm welcome to our district cabinet members, led by Superintendent Dr. Alan Musarino, Assistant Superintendent of Educational Services, Dr. Sherry Kipp, Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources, Dr. Robert Presby, Chief Business Officer, Ms. Desi Navat, and Executive Director of Administration Services, Mr. Kevin Edemaker. And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the principal of La Sierra High School, Dr. Tanya Cabeza. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the members of our distinguished La Sierra faculty. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to welcome the class of 2021 graduate candidates. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the La Sierra High School Class of 2021 graduation ceremony. At this time, direct your attention to the stage and welcome ASB President Kiera Harrell for our ceremony introduction.
Good evening, President Vega, members of the board, Superintendent Musarino, members of the cabinet, Principal Cabeza, La Sierra staff, administration, family, and guests. And welcome to La Sierra High School's graduation for class of 2021. I am Kiera Harrell, your ASB president. All I have to say, guys, is look, we made it. All the roadblocks, adversity, and struggles that we faced to all the smiles, laughs, and memories. We can all stand here today and proudly say that we are a part of La Sierra's graduating class of 2021. At this time, everybody please welcome ASB Vice President Benjamin Kane, who will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. And please remain standing while Class of 2021 graduate Charlie Watts leads us in the singing of the National Anthem.
Good evening, La Sierra staff and students. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Place your right hand over your heart and begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and our rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, don that star-spangled banner, yeah, wave o'er the land of the free and our home of the brave.
Thank you, everybody. Now, please be seated. At this time, please welcome to the stage the top valedictorian of La Sierra High School, Miss Sophia Bohigian.
Good evening, President Vega, members of the board, Superintendent Musarino, members of the cabinet, Principal Cabeza, La Sierra administration staff, and La Sierra class of 2021. We have reached the end of a long and turbulent journey. It is difficult to think of a way to fit 4 years of experiences into one speech, especially when it ends on such a bittersweet note. Several months ago, the class of 2021 was asked to pick a senior quote. A similar dilemma, in my opinion. So much to say in such little words. Personally, I chose a quote from Angela Davis. It is in collectivities that we find reservoirs of hope and optimism. I felt that this was particularly relevant to the current state of the world. Through Zoom meetings and socially distanced events, we yearn to regain some sense of normalcy. It feels kind of cruel, right? To be given a taste of what we could have had, what could have been. But in this moment in time, we have what we are given. And today, by some stroke of cosmic genius, we were permitted to have a proper celebration with all the usual bells and whistles. High school is a transition period. I don't think anyone would object to that. In the words of my favorite AP Literature teacher, but who are you? We spend an immeasurable amount of time thinking about our hopes and dreams and how we can incorporate them into our lives. Identity is everything. After all, how you define yourself says a lot about both who you are and who you'd like to be. Personally, I don't have it quite down yet. It's a little terrifying not to know where you're going in life. Of course, I know what I want to be and how I'm going to get there, but I can't say I know who I want to be. But if this pandemic has taught me anything, it's that nothing will ever be fully in your control. It is a lesson I hope we can all hold on to in life, because the tendency to overthink can ruin a lot of important moments. Apart from acceptance, the past year has reminded us all of something integral to a happy life: gratitude. After witnessing so much instability, I realized everything I had to be thankful for: a home, food on the table, love, education, protest. It is important to keep in mind that we are all privileged in unique ways and to find time in our busy schedules to stop and acknowledge this. Speaking of gratitude, I would like to thank those who have made all of this possible. Thank you to every teacher at La Sierra. Thank you to Lily Heminger, Elizabeth Ramirez, Kushi Patel, Alexis Stevens, and every other friend who made high school as tolerable as it could be. Thank you to those who keep our school clean and safe. Thank you to the cafeteria staff who are often more human to us than anyone else on any other given day. Quisiera decir algo para los estudiantes hispanohablantes de La Sierra. Tengan orgullo en su cultura y festejen diversidad. Nunca dejen que la intolerancia los limite. Defiendan a los que no tengan voz en este país. Voten, vivan, celebren. También quisiera agradecer a mi familia. Gracias, mamá Moni, por todo lo que has hecho por mí. Siempre habrá espacio en mi vida para ti porque siempre lo has tenido para mí. Algún día espero poder devolverte todo ese apoyo. También quiero agradecer a mi mamá. Mom, palabras de amor no me faltan para describir lo que eres para mí. Los sacrificios que has hecho por mí son incomprensibles. Prometo aprovecharme de las oportunidades que tú me has dado. Along with my mother, I would like to thank my dad. Dad, you pushed me to be the best. You taught me that nothing is out of reach with enough motivation and a good work ethic, and I truly believe that that mentality will carry me past my biggest struggles in life. Thank you, Miss Melissa, for teaching me how to cope with all of my growing pains and managing to somehow avoid losing your mind while doing it. I would like to take a moment to recognize the loss we have all borne in the past year and 2 months. At the time I wrote this, 3 million lives are lost to COVID-19. I can say with certainty that COVID-19 has touched all of our lives in unique ways. To those who have lost loved ones, I extend my deepest condolences. Your pain is real and worthy of acknowledgement. I will leave you all with a very few, but very vague and hopefully very important remarks. Live, relish the moment, appreciate the feeling of the sun on your skin or the late night conversations you have with your friends. People don't talk about the little things for nothing. Make your own decisions without regards for others' opinions, allow for failure, laugh at yourself. And finally, know that in the end, the moments you will cherish and remember for a lifetime are not the ones you spent living for others. Class of 2021, I commend you for your incalculable amount of perseverance. I have faith in every single one of you. Cheers, Sofia Bohigian.
Now, please welcome Superintendent of the Schools for the Alvord Unified School District, Dr. Alan Musarino, for his remarks for the graduating class of 2021.
Sophia, that was incredible. What she said. Greetings to the Board of Education, the La Sierra faculty, staff, moms, dads, grandmas, grandpas, siblings, uncles, aunts, everyone who are part of the children that stand before me, who really, or sit before me, who really aren't children anymore. And I know the rush of emotions at an event like this is absolutely incredible, so soak it in. Students, I consider it an absolute privilege to stand here before you. I'm profoundly honored to offer a few words, and I mean just a few words of encouragement and support. First and foremost, because I respect and admire what it is that you have accomplished. I honor your struggles. You had to deal with learning at a distance and in ways you were not accustomed to. You had no choice. You had to deal with quarantine, isolation, and perhaps even trauma. You had no choice. You lost some, most, or all of your social events and extracurricular events and athletics and performances. Again, you had no choice. But you survived, even thrived. And as you reflect on your late junior and entire senior year experience, when the things we all took for granted were suddenly gone, or at least transformed, including school, remember that the long-term impact this experience will have on you will depend on what you take away from it. And that is your choice. So choose wisely. Choose to take on your next major life transition, whether it's college, the military, the workforce, with the same resiliency, the same can-do attitude that you mustered up these past 15 months to earn your diploma. There's nothing you can't do. There's nothing you can't overcome. And there's nothing you can't accomplish if you commit to it. It's your choice, so choose wisely. Congratulations, and God bless you all.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Principal of La Sierra High School, Dr. Tanya Cabeza, with closing remarks and the presentations of the graduates.
Good evening, family, friends, staff, and the class of 2021. I would like to begin by welcoming Alvord Unified School Board members led by President Ms. Lisette Vega, as well as Superintendent Dr. Alan Muserino and distinguished cabinet members to our ceremony here today. To our board members and our cabinet, thank you for demonstrating that leadership is an affair of the heart. On behalf of the class of 2021, thank you for your capacity to lead with unconditional love, which has made this moment possible. To our teachers, counselors, administration, and staff, your focus has always been on our graduates and giving them exactly what they needed beyond the academics and the content. Thank you for taking the time to listen, empathize, care, and support our graduates. To our Eagle parents and families in the stands who have poured your hearts into the graduates who sit before you, thank you for your patience, support, and understanding during these unprecedented times. Your sacrifices have not gone unnoticed. And now to the class of 2021. I have one message for you today. Rather than dwell on the past, I want to talk about what is next. Graduates, you are the leaders of tomorrow, and we are looking to you to build our future. I'm reminded of a quote, the author Priya Parker, who can offer some guidance. She said, I've always asked myself a question my mother would often ask me when I was trying to make an important decision in my life. What is it I know how to do? Where is the need? And how can I help? Those three questions sum up what we hope that you will do with the experiences you have lived here at La Sierra High School. What do you know how to do? Where is the need? How can you help? Let's take that first question. What do you know how to do? The point of education is not just to collect a bunch of facts or simply to pass a test. No, instead, the goal of education is to use your knowledge in the service of others. What I hope is that you will take the education you gained here, not just the classes, but the lessons you learned on the sports field, on the stage, and from your classmates to make our world a better place. That's where your education becomes your strength. Second, where is the need? Education becomes wisdom when we apply it to help others. It is my hope that you will seek out opportunities to serve others in your community at the college you attend, at the job you take, or the service you enter. The lasting effects of this pandemic will permanently shape our world. That is an opportunity for you to help. There will be more crises in the future where we need your warm hearts and your cool, collected minds. The world will look to your generation to lead it. Third, how can you help? Look to your talents, your wisdom, and your strengths, and you will see the path ahead of you for how to help others. That might be starting a business that employs people and treats them ethically. You might go into the path of scholarship and research where you uncover great insights into long-standing problems. Or you might go into a career that directly serves others, a nurse, a doctor, a teacher, a public servant, where the decisions you make will take care of your fellow citizens. Your education has prepared you well for the tasks ahead. No matter what endeavor you pursue, I know that you will be ready for what lies ahead. The future is on your shoulders. It is my hope that you will be guided by the three questions. What is it that I know how to do? Where is the need? And how can I help? Congratulations, class of 2021. Eagles, it is now time for you to take flight. President Vega and members of the board, it is with great pleasure that I present to you the candidates of the graduating class of 2021. Now please welcome Ms. Liseth Vega, President of the Alvord Unified School District Board of Education, for her remarks.
Thank you, Dr. Cabeza. I want to take a moment to thank everyone that is here today to celebrate the class of 2021, and to our administration for doing such an amazing job at organizing this special event. It brings the board so much joy to see everyone here in person celebrating the end of this chapter in your lives. It saddens me to know that this pandemic took so much away from you. Many of you could say that you barely survived it. But here you are, so resilient and so strong. Because of the obstacles and challenges you were able to overcome, not only will you be able to survive the real world, but you will thrive. Not too long ago, 6 years to be exact, I was on this very field looking up at the stage. I remember thinking that I was so glad to be done with high school and all the drama and sleepless nights that came with it. But I was also nervous and scared because I wasn't sure what the future would hold. Would I succeed? Would I lose my friends? And as silly as it sounds, would I find love? But it's so easy to get caught up in the future that we forget to live in the moment. Truth be told, your life probably won't turn out the way you imagine it. Along the way, you'll make mistakes, lose friends, experience heartbreak, and have some very regrettable nights. That's life. However, you'll also learn from those mistakes, make new friends, find love, several times if you're lucky, and create beautiful memories. There's so much out there you should experience. Try not to stay in your comfort zone, because believe me, as someone who was elected into office at the age of 21, most of the things that seem scary and risky are probably the things worth doing. So whether you decide to pursue higher education, join the military, enter the workforce after high school, make sure you do it with passion, but most importantly, make sure that you do it for yourself. Don't weigh your successes or failures by comparing them to others. You each have your own path, and even if you get stuck or have to turn back, the journey and destination is yours and yours alone. But you'll have support. everyone on this stage and everyone sitting on these bleachers believe in you. We are very proud of your accomplishments as students and young adults, and we wish you the best in your future endeavors. Lastly, on behalf of the Alvord Unified School District Board of Education, I accept the candidates of the class of 2021. Congratulations, graduates.
And now, graduates, it is time to come forward to receive your diplomas.
Kiera Elon Harrell. Benjamin Jong Min Kong.
Han Win. Glennis Wasu.
Sophia Michelle Bohegan.
Giselle Nava.
Isabel Marie Castro.
Julia Lucas Pinheiro.
Clarissa Marie Flores.
Charlie Charles Watts.
Melissa Grace Allen.
Alexis Stevens.
Lily Arias Heminger.
Hushi Patel.
Melanie Barrera.
Daniela Michelle Ramos Rodriguez.
Allison Mackenzie Fishing.
Michelle Trin Vo.
Susana Amador.
Joanna Ruiz.
Ethan Robert Johnson.
Araceli Zarco Navarro.
Angela Brianna Ceja.
Raquel Reina.
Brianna Burr.
Miguel Alfonso Murillo.
Steve Deras de Leon.
Miguel Ángel Vidal Jr.
Daniela Caudillo Martinez.
Nathaniel Johan Mearson.
Abigail Lucila Garcia Cooper.
Austin Douglas Works.
Ana Sofia Esparza.
Moises Ortega.
Rogelio Barrera Jr.
Joshua Madrigal.
Susie Arteaga.
Nisar J. Patel.
Elizabeth Tabitha Busiok.
María Isabel Rodríguez.
María Concepción Conchas Aguilar.
Susana Estela Ochoa.
Elizabeth Guadalupe Lopez.
Melanie Juliana Cepeda.
Kyla Ann Hagstrom.
Leila Joy Mendoza.
Frank Liu.
Kaylin Sandoval Munoz.
Joseph Hung.
Gian Ella Rodriguez Natalicio.
Salvador Arellano Eras.
Lorna Navarrete.
Valeria Barragan Tarelo.
Alexia Adriana Vizcaíno Benitez.
Ruben Cervantes.
Jacqueline Jennifer Zamora.
Andrew Gamis.
Alexis Vasquez.
Jacob Leo Agredano.
Samantha Recinos.
Jose Ramon Leon Hernandez.
Kaylee D. McDaniel.
Isaac Daniel Garcia.
Rita Maeda.
Andy Rose Bell.
Lonnie Tangwang Prasert.
Marissa Christine Grew.
Melissa Saldivar.
Armando Anthony Hernandez.
Diane Rojas.
Romeo Sebastian Ferraru.
Sarai Salazar Cornejo.
Lisette Gonzalez.
Marlene Julie Sanchez.
San Juana Gamez Moreno.
Lucinho Solano.
Ella Natalia Escobar Monroy.
Jaden Anthony McKee.
Anna Sanchez.
Aiden Ross Soto.
Alan Alfredo Guzman.
Marcos Joshua Pulido.
Andy Arredondo Contreras.
James Christian Moncrief.
Andrew Thomas Gooder.
Trinity Michaela Rubio.
Elizabeth Rose Camacho. Oh, wait.
Adika Yuri Alvarez Rios.
Iris Serenity Beltran.
Priscilla Sole Uola Velarde.
Felix Robert Moico Avellana.
Gabriel Belardo Gomez.
Gunnar Carl Hartwick.
Johnny David Vasquez.
Kayla Ann Gomez Harris.
Chantal Guadalupe Mondragon.
Steve Kurt Dodson Jr.
Alyssa Martinez.
Sarah Liu.
Miguel Ángel Plaza.
Christina Cercera. Oh, gosh.
Larry Parker.
Giselle Marlene Gomez. Jalen Clarissa Gomez.
Michelle Palomares.
Jessica Esmeralda Legoretta.
Javier Quintero Nieto.
Juan Junior Castillo Carrasco.
Itzel Nava.
Alondra Yvette Fuentes.
Guadalupe Valencia Chaides.
Amy Dominguez Gomez.
Wilbert Suarez.
Pedro Garcia Aguilar.
Carlos Alberto Valladares.
Fernando León López.
Omar Villela Morales.
David Antonio Guerrero.
Ángel Madrigal.
Enrique Jauregui Contreras.
Raimundo Rubio.
Jeremiah Cadines Almazán.
Oscar Emanuel Reynoso González.
Fernando García Guzmán.
Nathaniel Moore.
Kimberly Eileen González.
Jerónimo Rodríguez.
Bethany Bustos.
Ivan Manuel III Murillo Hernández.
Giovanni Ruben Espinosa.
Jocelyn Palacios.
April González.
Jacqueline Madrigal.
Murray Lynn Gomez.
Ariana Tamayo.
Giovanni Alberto Castellanos.
Sebastian Maciel Díaz.
Leslie Denise Becerra.
Kimberly Mendez.
Kiara Barajas.
Vicente Terríquez.
Manuel Castellán.
Arby John Yap Mandang.
Solomon Lynn Jones.
Ethan Alexander Reyes.
Jennifer Alvarez Ruiz.
Daniel Michael Mares.
Caitlin Marie Burns.
Carlos Zaragoza.
Odalis Chavez.
Oscar Angel Vega.
Brenda Gomez.
Angel Alexander Uribe Guzman.
Yoselin Stephanie Gomez.
Matthew Kevin Antonio Nicholson.
Kyrie Alitza Andrade.
Ryan Vizeth Yen.
Jocelyn Naomi Walito.
Josue Juan Zamora.
Monique Cristiana Acosta.
Alina Schwartz.
Jocelyn Cantu.
Alex Taylor Perez.
Carla Adriana Caro.
Juliana Reyes.
Jimena Reyes.
Tian Andrew Phillips.
Dakota Victoria Floyd.
Christian Kyler Sangwan Suk.
Alexis Guerrero.
Alicia Michelle Quiñones.
Juliana Camila Galvan.
Adrian Medina.
Valeria Carrillo.
Elizabeth Reyes.
Emily Alexandra Lien.
Elizabeth Ramirez Alvarez.
Melinda Lomelli.
Sebastian Rodriguez.
Rissel Lomelli.
Christian Eric Riadigi.
Sarah Ann Gundo.
Victor Ramirez.
David Joseph Gudino.
Selah Amy Villagrana.
Kaylina Maria Galaviz.
Alejandro Torres.
Kiera Alyssa Bellinger.
Joanna Araceli Orduña.
Pedro
Maria Andrea Llamas Lopez.
Pedro Antonio Portillo II.
Alia Gloria Monique Bourgeois.
Faith Maria Stoll.
Brandon Michael Evans.
Priscilla Negrete. No, not that.
Randy R.J. Duval Dushan Edwards Jr.
Madison Martinez.
Justin Michael Esquivel.
Janelli Miranda.
Antonio Emmanuel Escalante.
Cole James Merrill.
Brandon Barajas Alvarez.
Madison Kaylee Valencia.
Shady Farid Badwan.
Noah Lane Woods.
Jose Dueñas.
Zachary Pavon.
Amarion Isaiah Dennis.
Hope Marie Banks.
Leilani Jasmine Lam.
Keakoa Williams.
Rosalind Alisa Garcia.
Kennedy Jair Sanchez.
Bianca Teris Hedecan Agustin.
Sierra Marie Pierce.
Leslie Tran Lim.
Destiny K. Banks.
Anna Victoria Sevillena Bacani.
Brianna Dolores White.
Miguel Acevedo.
Bianca Andrea Vizcara.
Giselle Maria Guzman.
Nathan Dante Torres.
Ivan Castanon Roman.
Shibese Glenn Wasu.
Diego Ivan Esquivel.
Zachary Frank Martins.
Ariana Jasmine Lopez.
Kaya Desiree Stinson.
Guadalupe Ares Leon.
Benjamin Andre Nuflo.
Isaac Emiliano Leon.
Liliana Yuridia Martinez.
Teresita Limas.
Valeria Martinez Velázquez.
Creed Andon Coronado.
Viviana Martinez.
Osvaldo Correa Rosales.
Carlos Tampa Peña.
Eric Charles Horowitz.
Sliwa Johanna.
Andrew Jacob Hernandez.
Moses Nicolás Lucas.
Marisol Alexis Cruz.
Leslie Sanchez.
Brian Diaz.
Melanie Guadalupe Rodriguez Zamora.
Marco Jeconias Coria.
Mario Antonio Rodriguez.
Ellen Alvarez Gonzalez.
Fernando Ramos.
Haley Liliana Paulina Jones.
Octavio Salazar.
Anna Karen Figueroa.
Gabriel Peña.
Gerald Punzalan Labastida.
Erika Denise Pelayo Salgado.
Christian Daniel Lopez.
Otila Geraldine Salcedo.
Evan Michael Arpa.
Ángel Jesús Ruiz Silvestre.
Juan Carlos Cervantes Jr.
I'll give this back. Hold on 1 second. Isabella Trejo.
Jose Luis Gonzalez.
Alejandro Rodríguez.
Noah Michael Durso.
Naomi Annalie McBride.
Nicholas Rick Delgado.
Ariana Paz.
Angel Allen Arafiles.
Jesse Nava.
Diego Antonio Cadena.
Janelle Miranda Maldonado.
Anthony Delgado Garcia.
Michelle Martinez.
Justin Jose Herrera Rodriguez.
Victoria Wardrop.
Joan Vicente Herrera Rodriguez.
Haley Peñalosa.
Ricardo Daniel Limon.
Ana Lorraine Salaveria.
Luis Alcantar Monzon.
Ashley Viascan.
Andres Arriaga.
Maribela Mariah Ruiz.
Hortensia Cheyenne Talia Rose Garcia.
Carla Diane Romero.
Alyssa Noyani Jaramillo.
Brian Perez Perez.
Daniela Beltran.
Aileen Abigail Trinidad.
Miguel Ángel Leal.
Jennifer Rios.
Joseph Emmanuel Hernandez.
Maya Lynn Vitt.
Brian Ezekiel Corso.
Paulina Oseguera.
Max Anthony Garcia.
Iris Orellana.
Robert Anthony Avila.
Julia Daniela Miranda.
Jalen Mackay Kelly.
Johan Levi Reyes.
Ryan Esparza.
Brian Jesse Perez.
Alasia Armand Augustine.
Joseph Shamon.
Jonathan Angel Murillo.
Diego Alejandro Vergara.
Natalie Carmen Lopez.
Giselle Punzo.
Lisbeth Caroline Carranza.
Fernando Rodríguez.
Emma Hernando Leaños.
Melvin Padilla.
Jasmine Garcia.
Jacob Perez.
Mason Alexander Guzman.
Dejan Benjamin Martin.
Fernando Roberto Kong.
Fernando Sandoval.
Juan Diego Hernandez.
Jacob Ernesto Antonio Medrano.
Arieli Abigail Beltran.
Sebastian Ocampo.
Darlene Jimenez.
Brandon Bowe.
Marco Alexander Estrada.
Jorge Montoya.
Courtney Hutt.
Yeah, take your mask off there.
Antonio Reveles Jr.
Daniel Roger Benavides.
Carmelo Fabián Reyes Lucero. Kenny Rubio Feliz. Michael Jason Wilson Jr. Carlos Eduardo Sanchez. Nathan Giovanni Zamora. Take that mask off so you get a nice picture. Juan Carlos Sanchez. Congratulations.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please welcome back to the stage ASB President Kiara Harrell, ASB Vice President Benjamin Kang, and Senior Class President Isabella Castro for the changing of the tassel and closing remarks.
We all just walked across the stage, and soon we'll be turning over our tassels, turning over to a new page in a book called Our Lives. That 10 seconds of fame, hearing a stadium full of people clapping for you, and your family yelling your name. But what are you supposed to do in the 11th second? No one really thinks about that second, but it's so vital. We don't really know what to look forward to after graduating, but I have some advice from people who wish they knew what to do in that 11th second. Everything you wish people told you happens after graduating. No matter what you do, make sure it's a choice for you. We're all about to step into adulthood, and it is important to remember that life is full of choices, so make ones that you feel are best for you. You only live once. When I heard this, it sounded like such a cliche, but yet so true. You really only do live once. So find out your dreams and make them come true. Harriet Tubman said, "Every great dream begins with a dreamer. Always remember you have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars to change the world. Don't compare where you're at in life with others. Life's not a race. You will all learn that there's no set timer on these kind of things. Take your time and be the best version of yourselves. You don't have to have your lives figured out already. Some of us get under the impression that after we graduate, our whole lives need to be planned out. But instead, be like water and not like ice. Go with the flow of life. Yes, have a plan, but when it doesn't go accordingly, you'll be easier to adjust. So it's okay to change your major or still live with your parents or still be looking for your path. There's so much more that we don't know. But yet, Neil Gaiman said, now go and make interesting mistakes, amazing mistakes, make glorious and fantastic mistakes, break rules, and leave the world more interesting for being here. Make good art.
Good evening, friends and family. My name is Ben Kang, and it has been my absolute pleasure to serve you as your Vice President this year. Thank you. During my time here at La Sierra, one question I've never truly been able to answer is, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I dislike this question because I've always felt like I was never able to see my future clearly, and feeling like I needed to dream up a whole plan detailing every part of the next year of my life left me anxious and worried. So instead of this question, I challenge you to ask yourself this instead. What do you want to have done in 5 years? While there's nothing wrong with dreaming, dreams will only ever be dreams without deliberate action. So, as you take this final step from childhood into adulthood, I encourage you to do 3 things. First, do what you're passionate about. Let your good times become good memories, and your bad times become good lessons. Secondly, do what you believe in, because as the verse Matthew 16:26 reads, "For what will it profit a man to gain the entire world but forfeit his soul?" Third, do good by spreading love and kindness throughout this sinful world. Be a good person, but don't waste time trying to prove it. Lastly, I want to encourage you not to be so focused on worrying about the future and making sure your life goes exactly according to your plan that you don't get to live and fully experience your life as it's happening. Matthew 6:34 reads, "Therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own." Some of you might be just like me, completely uncertain of your future. You don't know if you've chosen the right major, or if you've chosen the right college, or you have no idea where you'll be 1 year from today. And that is perfectly okay. You don't have to know, you just need to keep moving forward. Take your time, but don't waste your time. Life will often look at you funny. When you look back, crack a smile. Let life know that everything will be all right. Look around you. Look at how far you've come. Every sleepless night, every day filled with pain and tears, and every obstacle and roadblock that life has thrown at you is now just a distant memory. So, as you conquer this new chapter in your life, do what is good, do what is right, and do what you love. Thank you all. Stay frosty, class of 21.
Good evening. I'm Isabel Castro, your senior class president. I'm so grateful to be standing in front of you all today because, as we know, this year was definitely challenging. Whether it was draining physically, mentally, the dramatic amount of change this year, and unfortunately for some of us, the grief we dealt with from a loss. By still being in the middle of a pandemic, we have managed to get through a year and a half of school like no one else has ever experienced. I want to congratulate you all for pushing through this year, and now we are able to say we graduated while surviving a global pandemic. As your class president, I do want to ask you, my fellow classmates, a question that I hope you ask yourself throughout your future years. What is your aspiration in life? When you find yourself in a position and you don't feel at your best, ask yourself this question. My aspiration after graduating is to attend FITM where I will begin my journey into fashion. You do not need to have your goals set on one thing. It is normal to not know what you're doing at times. Just focus on what is happening in the present and how you're going to affect your next step. We're so young, our life journeys are just beginning. I want to remind you that you each have the power to change your own lives at any moment. These next few years, you may find yourself confused or perhaps holding back at times. Never forget you're in charge. You have the ability to change direction. If you don't risk anything, you risk everything. In the words of my girl Nicki Minaj, life is a movie, but there will never be a sequel. It is safe to say we have already proven to the world, but more importantly to ourselves, that we can overcome the obstacles that come running towards us. I'm eager to see what fascinating ambitions you all have. I wish in each and every one of you the best of luck on your next chapters in life. Thank you all, and congratulations to class of 2021!
Oh, shit.
All right.
Okay, so before we turn our tassels, we're a little dramatic and we want to take a picture with you guys. So, are you guys ready?
Class selfie!
Woo! Go take it.
Oh, I'm taking it? Say less.
Okay, thank you for the detour.
Class of 2021,
Please stand. It is now time to turn your tassels from right to left.
Congratulations, class of 2021!
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, a huge round of applause for the graduates of the class of 2021!
Yeah!
On behalf of the Board of Education and the members of the Cabinet, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your attendance this evening. Graduates, you may now recess out in an orderly fashion. Please pay attention to Ms. Ayala. Graduates, please exit through the back of the stadium. Graduates, continue exiting to the back of the stadium. Thank you.
That's right. I remember we were buying those. Yeah, this is a good touch. I saw that they had him in practice. It was really good, but it still was a win last night, boy. Yeah.
Graduates, you must go back to the tennis court and exit from the tennis courts. Go all the way back to the tennis courts and exit from the tennis courts.